should not have made this such a long name. Why is this not working now?
When I hit screen share, it says it can't.
Well, because, well, yes, it can.
Okay, we're going to be okay. I guess if I don't have my stuff printed, it's not a crisis.
No, you'll be able to. Why is this not letting me do this? Okay. And we are recording. All right. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our bi-weekly Strategic Partner Education Moments series. I apologize for my background, which you will not be seeing too much. Just in our temporary office space for probably the last time we're going to be doing this, and then bringing it off. But anyways, this week we are lucky enough to be joined by Holly Proudlove of Mop to It Cleaning Solutions or Services. So Holly is the owner and one of the operation managers to make sure everything runs smoothly there. So I'm going to pass it on off to Holly and let her introduce herself and present to us kind of a little bit about residential, commercial cleaning and the importance of both.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It is not allowing me to share my PowerPoint here.
You should be able to now.
Sharing has failed to start. Try again later. You know what? We'll roll without it. Who needs PowerPoint anyways? Hi, everybody. Thank you guys so much for having me today. As you know, I come from a family of realtors, so I'm really excited to chat with you guys today about my company, Mop to It Cleaning Services, and about the sorts of things that a cleaning company can do for you guys and for your clients. So the first thing that I want to discuss is a little bit about our company itself. We're locally owned and operated. We provide residential cleaning services, post-construction cleaning services, move-in, move-out cleans. We also do one-time and regularly scheduled cleans. We also have commercial and post-construction cleaning services that we offer to our clients. What I wanted to talk to you about, and this was a little bit cuter with the slide, but is our vision.
Try sharing your screen again. Sorry for interrupting you, but it should work now.
There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Yay. I didn't want to do it all without it. Okay, so that was just a little bit about us. So our vision is, we're just a bunch of wieners here in my family. Our vision is to provide a quality cleaning experience through human connection as your family and business evolve. So as I found with any company, as my family has evolved, our business has taken on new streams, and we've provided different services based on the needs I've seen through the growth of our business. And I'm going to talk to that a little bit today. So our service history, we started in commercial cleaning in 2014. I was on a condo board. I had bought my first property. It was a condo. It was in a 300 unit complex. It was 3 buildings. And I had found that we were paying $80,000 a year for really inconsistent cleaning. The cleaners wouldn't always show up. They wouldn't do a great job. And I was currently working full-time for government, but I thought, hey, you know what? I could do this. So that was our first contract. I offered $40,000, half the price, and I was off. That was in March of 2014, and by October of 2014, I had quit my full-time job with government and was running a cleaning company full-time. After I had my daughter, who's now 3.5, I was in all the moms groups, and people kept coming up to me asking, do you know a good cleaner? Do you know a good cleaner? And I was like, no, I don't. We don't do residential. We never had. And I just saw such a need for it with that many people requesting cleaning services that we needed to hop into residential, that there was room in that market for us. And so we did. We've been really busy in residential for the last 3 years and are absolutely loving it. And we also provide post-construction cleaning services. We have some staff that are just so experienced in it. It's a very niche sort of service that we really love to provide. It's a really interesting one because it's not It's construction mess. It's a little bit different than residential or commercial cleaning. But we do have the specialty in the tools and equipment to complete that sort of service as well. So who do we work with? We truly work with everyone, anyone under the sun. So we can work with both buyers or sellers, home builders, home renovators, realtors and their clients, obviously, business owners as we can clean restaurants, bars, any sort of business you can think of, we'll clean it. Property management companies, condo boards, landlords, and tenants. The only thing that we really truly don't do, we don't do any abatement work. We don't do any emergency services. So blood, hazardous materials, anything like that, we don't touch. But other than that, we can do it. So today I really want to talk to you guys about some frequently asked questions and a lot of questions that should be asked a lot more frequently. I find when people are hiring a cleaning company, sometimes they're not asking some of the questions that they truly should be, because you want to ensure that your home or office are protected and safe, and that the things that your cleaning service is doing isn't going to damage your property or put you at risk in any way. So the number one question that we don't get asked as frequently as I would like is, do you have insurance? And when I say that, it is literally the most important question you can ask. You know, the odd time accidents happen. We had a girl a few months ago. She was on the stairs, twisted her ankle a little bit and fell. And that's why we have WCB insurance. Any reputable cleaning service should be able to provide you with WCB clearance. We also have liability insurance. This is a really important one, and especially when you're working on some of the larger homes. You know, we've been in homes up to around $3 million. So it's very, very, very important that your company has the appropriate liability insurance. If something was to happen and they only hold a $1 million policy or a $2 million policy, you want to be able to ensure that your home's fully taken care of if there's any sort of accident to occur. And request a copy. You know, it's no big deal for us to shoot out a copy of our insurance policy just to show that we have $10 million in insurance and that we're happy to provide it. We do our bookings online. So personal information compliance is really important, that, you know, that we're in compliance with all credit card laws and that your personal information isn't being stored on a napkin on someone's desk or in a spreadsheet that's not safe. We use the number one service provider, which is Stripe. They're very safe and compliant. And we also have insurance if there was ever to be a hack or something like that. It's always good to have that. So theft and breakage are things I hate to talk about, but it's always a good question to ask. If you're hiring a cleaning company or referring a cleaning company to your clients, you're going to want to know what's the plan if there's something's to go missing. So any cleaning company should be able to lay out a concrete plan. We've luckily never had a theft in our company, but we always do have a plan. So a great plan is, if something was to go missing, we initially always ask the client to file a police report. We get a report from all of our staff that were on site. We get a report from the client, and then we push it through insurance immediately to ensure that the client is covered as quickly as possible and that they're put out as little as possible. It's also important to see how they're hiring staff. You know, sometimes things slip through the cracks, but we do background checks on all our staff, and so criminal record as well as reference checks and driver's abstract checks. So just to make sure that we have safe people coming into your home. It's a very personal thing at your home and business. Also, the last thing that I hate to talk about, but is always a good one, is breakage. So especially with a cleaning service, they're not just doing a surface clean, your things are being lifted and moved. It's very important that they have insurance for breakage in your home. You have a lot of valuable items. If something was to fall and smash, it's very important that you'll have a cleaning company that's going to document it. So if anything's ever broken in the home, we take pictures of it and let the client know before they see it. You know, nobody wants to come home and find something broken that nobody told them about. So we let the client know, and then we replace. We either go through insurance or ask the client how they'd like to deal with it. So those are some really important questions that I find I don't get asked enough. Another one that is really big for me is, what products will you be using in my home? We get to ask this maybe 1 in every 30 clients. This has been one that I've really focused on since COVID-19 hit, because the safety of products and the function of them as well is being called into question now. So it's very important that people are using the right products in your home. So some questions you may want to ask is, do you have pets? If your client has pets, the sorts of products that are going to be used are going to be different. So there's been a huge trend lately in cleaning companies using homemade products, using essential oils and stuff like that. We don't use them. I can't speak to their effectiveness, but at times their safety isn't always the best. So you just want to make sure you know exactly what's in your product, especially if you do have pets. Something like tea tree oil in very small doses can poison your pets. So if that's being sprayed in and around their food dish or something like that, you just really want to be careful and know what's going to be in your home. So with any product line, most cleaning companies will have you want to do the least amount of impact to the environment to the most amount. So if you have hard scale buildup, first we'll hit it with our line that we use. We use Buckeye Eco line of products. They have minimum waste. We have a dilution system, so there's no human error. You don't end up with something that's hyper concentrated because maybe somebody didn't read the label properly. It's foolproof. So you initially hit it with that, let it sit, and then if that doesn't work, we'll go to something stronger. So we always try and go weakest to strongest, depending on what the client is looking for in their home. People who just want a safe line of products and want us to stay eco, we're happy to do that. But if you do have a toilet, that has a hard rust ring in it or something like that, we're very happy to hit it with a stronger acid that'll take that right off. Or if you feel more comfortable, we can always stay on the side of a more eco-friendly approach. So something that we get asked quite a bit is about sanitizing services. We don't provide sanitizing services, and a lot of companies that are offering it, there are some questions that you should be asking if you're looking to get COVID-19 sanitizing services. So the number one question that you should be asking is, does the cleaning product being used kill 100% of the viruses on contact? So most hospital grade cleaners require a 15-minute sit time for it to actually be sanitized. So if you are looking to have a home sanitized, ensure that you're getting what you pay for, because it's usually a very expensive service. It's not something that can be done electrostatically. It's been shown that doesn't work. And it's quite an expensive, if you're getting the electrostatic sprayers in there, it's quite an expensive service. And you just want to make sure that you're getting what you pay for. So does it kill it on contact, or does it require the 15-minute wait time? And if it does require the 15-minute wait time, ensure that they are leaving it for the 15 minutes before they're wiping it off, or it truly isn't effective. Some other things just to look for is the safety of homemade products. I always like to speak to this. I know a lot of people love the vinegar Dawn and warm water solution. Shake it up, it sprays in a shower, does a great job, gets off the hard scale. The thing you really need to be careful with is this hitting a shiny tile, or will this be touching granite? Vinegar does not do great things for granite. If it's not wiped off properly or fully rinsed, it can eat away at the top of that tile. So just really being careful with any of those homemade products people are maybe using in your home, and just knowing what's being used in your home and if it's safe for you and your family. So this is the question everyone loves to ask: how much does it cost? And truly the answer is, it depends. It really depends on the size of your home. So we quote online, so you can get a quote in seconds online. We quote based on the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and any additional services that you select for your home. If you're having a move-out clean, just so you know, we ask that the house is totally empty. Most cleaning services will, but it's always really good to clarify with the cleaning service provider if they will expect the entire home to be empty. So we either can book flat rate or hourly. So if your client has a budget and they're wanting to keep it under a certain amount, the minimum we'll come out for is 4 hours, which is $180. And if they do have a budget, we can do hourly as well and focus on specific areas. We have we find that for cleaning services, it's worth its weight in gold. Whenever you walk into a home with a potential buyer and it's gross, I feel like people just can't picture themselves living there. People just want to turn around and run away. As well as it's always disappointing on closing. If you get the keys to your house, you got the moving truck backing up and the house hasn't been cleaned properly or not to the standard that you'd like. So truly, how much does it cost? It costs happiness and time. So what can you do to keep the cost down? So if you're looking to, help your client to ensure that the costs are being kept down for their cleaning service, is the number one thing they can do is purge clutter. So the more stuff there is, the harder it is for us to clean. It's harder to get to the surfaces. There's always more buildup and it doesn't look as good. We ask that people give us space to work, especially with COVID now. We don't like people to clean alongside us. That's not a service that we provide. We have a very specific system to ensure things aren't missed. We work top to bottom, left to right, always. So it's always best just to give a space. If there's a multiple level house, we make a plan so that, it's very hard to leave your house now with COVID-19, but if you stay on the main floor, we'll do the upstairs. And then when we're done upstairs, we'll switch places just so that we're not on top of each other and we're giving each other a safe distance to work and to get things done properly. And number 3 is tidy up. It's very important that you try and pick up your things if you want to keep costs down. Maybe you have a bunch of kids' toys or some clothes on the floor. It makes it so much easier if that stuff's gone. It's just one less thing for us to do to keep your costs down. Number 4 is pets and children. We love pets and we love children, but if your puppy's wanting a scratch where we're trying to clean a bathroom, it makes it very difficult. And we just want to ensure everyone's safe as well. While our chemicals are eco-friendly and safer, they're not safe for use around children, and we don't want to be spraying them around children. It's just not safe having the kids around. So just to make sure that we can just have some space to work, keeps the cost down and makes us work more efficiently. And the 5th thing for keeping costs down, if you're looking for a really cost-effective way to get the most bang for your buck, it would be just have bathrooms and kitchens done. Those are usually the grungiest areas. If you have the bathrooms, the kitchens, and the very entrance of your home done so that things are looking great and you can feel really comfortable having people come into your home. Those major spots that kind of make people cringe, a really dirty bathroom or a really dirty kitchen, just gives you an ooh feeling. It doesn't make you feel like a home that you'd want to move into. So we find hitting those places can just make a world of difference. So why can't I just clean my own home? The answer is you can. But I temper it with clean means different things to different people. So like I had said earlier, if you have tight turnaround, you're going to have the moving truck sitting at the doorstep when you're going to get keys. It's really important to know that the house has been cleaned properly and so that it can feel like your home. It's a new, fresh start. And with people living in there in COVID-19, it is great just to have a full clean down so that things look and feel clean, and they truly are. Number 2, it can be super overwhelming for people to get cleaning done, especially when your home is listed. We frequently recommend that we'll have people call us and say, hey, can you come in and do a full clean prior to listing our home? It's going to be listed. We want to have photos taken. So we'll do the clean, photos get taken, and then it sits on the market a little bit. And, it slowly starts to build up again. And we find that if they regularly schedule a cleaning every 2 weeks, we can come in for the minimum amount of time and just tidy up and keep things at top notch so that when you're trying to show that home to potential buyers that it's looking great the whole time. Number 3 is it can get ignored with the hustle and bustle of moving. You know what? It's frequent that a client isn't going to be scrubbing in behind their toilet or ensuring that all the scale is off their shower and that it looks great for the new client moving in. So as I say in number 4, cleaning can be requested on closing, and it's always a great idea to request that, to book a professional cleaning service on closing and add it in just so that you know the client is moving into a clean home and that things will be going smoothly. How will we work for you and your clients? So number 1, we have an easy online booking system. We take the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, put it in, and you can get a price instantly or hourly price. And you can see our full schedule when we're available. We have transparent pricing too. This is a really big one. When I started my company, I really didn't want anyone to ever feel that they didn't know what they were getting or that they were surprised by price. This is something that always really bothers me when I ask for a service and I'm quoted a price, and then at the end, my bill says a totally different number. So when we go into a home, I'd say 99.9% of the time, the home is as expected and everything goes great. The odd time we'll get to a home and it's not as expected. You know, maybe we discussed the spec and somebody said, hey, this is a level 3 clean. So a 3 out of 5 is pretty good. That's just a general home that just needs some love. And maybe the home is about a 1 out of 5. So if we get there, we get into the house and we see that, you know, that it can't be done in the amount of time that the client has booked, we will call the client immediately before doing any work, advise them of the situation, and then give them the option if they would like to continue or not. I don't think it's just not fair to send a different bill when everything's done and say, oh, it took this much longer without getting that consent. So we always make sure to do that. Number 3, we always have a 1-hour arrival window for getting to your home. We have 2 spots every day. We have an 8:30 to 9:30 and 11:30 to 12:30 arrival, and we're happy to give a call when we're on our way there. Frequently, we'll meet real estate agents there, or we'll meet the client themselves there if they need to leave work or just want to plan for that. So it's always nice to know when your cleaner's actually coming. We guarantee satisfaction on all of our cleans. So if you're not happy, we'll come back and make things right. No questions asked. We want to make sure that you're happy with your clean, and we want to make sure that everything's great. And number 5, we follow up with our clients and ensure that we've done an amazing job for them. We ask for feedback for us and for them. You know, sometimes when you don't ask for feedback, you always just assume things are good, and it's important to ask because sometimes there's those little things that weren't quite right, and that's something that we can make right in that time. Just so you know, as a Maxwell Derbyshire Realty agent and their clients, all receive a 15% discount on residential cleaning services. This can be used online or it can be used over the phone. We're happy to accept phone calls as well if people are wanting just a little bit more information about what sort of services they should or shouldn't be booking or what they think their client may need. We're happy to consult on that. We book it every day, so we know. And your code is Maxwell 2020. So you can use that code either online or over the phone. So just a little bit of information on how to contact us. You can email me directly, holly@moptuit.ca. Also, as I've said a number of times, we have a website that all bookings can be done online for residential or for post-construction or commercial cleaning, condo cleaning, anything like that. Feel free to give us a call or a text. We're happy to give you a call back as soon as possible. And then we're also on social media. Obviously, this Facebook Live is going to be on our Facebook account, and we're on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to just stop you from sharing your screen. Yeah, there we go. And then have us do, yeah, so we're back. Yeah, so thank you so much, Holly. That was very educational. And it's always great to hear that the old Maxwell crew gets a little bit of a discount there, especially These times can be, anytime you can save a buck or two is always fantastic for a client, especially on the biggest purchase of their life until they buy again. So we're kind of running a little bit out of time, but I have a couple of questions here from some viewers. And one of them is, you mentioned at the very beginning that you started with being a commercial cleaner, but you were starting on a condominium. So does a condo count as commercial cleaning?
For me, I consider anything that isn't in the home commercials. So condo common areas and businesses, I consider all of that commercial. Just because it's a different type of clean, you're using all commercial grade equipment, and you're doing the hallways, you know, the light fixtures, the glass. It's just like that commercial space. It's very similar to doing an office, truly.
So to confirm then, the condo unit would still be deemed as residential. It's when
Correct.
you're doing the entire building or common areas and that type of stuff that it then moves into the commercial space.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, should answer their question. Yeah, looks like it does. The next one is, how far out in advance do you typically need to book for a move out or a move in clean, for a one-time clean?
For a one-time clean, the odd time will have something last minute, but if you're looking for something closer to the end of the month, we usually say book about a month in advance. So as soon as you know you're moving, you should start looking. We have a very flexible cancellation policy, so 72 hours. The sooner you can book, the better. We're finding that we're booking up sooner and sooner for those end of the month spots. It usually starts on the first of the month once people have given notice or have been given notice. That end of the month, those spots start to book up pretty much immediately around that end of the month. If you're doing a mid-month move, it's usually not as bad, and we can usually get you in 3 to 5 days notice. But the more notice you give us, if you have a specific date in mind, the better. We find it's sometimes a little tricky to get people in.
Makes sense. And last question, how do you have a recommendation for how often a house would be cleaned based on size, or is it based on number of family members? Or so, like, let's just say a 2,000 square foot 2-story, should that be done monthly or bi-monthly versus maybe a 800 square foot condo, should that more be done every 3 months or something like that? Or bi-weekly, of course, depending on
Yeah.
family situation. Yeah.
Truly, it really depends what people are doing on their own. So for me at my house, I think ours is around 30 some hundred square feet. So at our house, I like to have the cleaners in every 2 weeks because that's when I find the dust has just settled. You don't have any buildup. It's very quick maintenance cleaning. The girls aren't here as long. They don't need as long. I find if you're pushing anything past a month, you need to be doing quite a bit of maintenance on yourself to avoid getting that buildup. And, you know, it really truly depends what the client has time for. For me, we're quite busy. We do all the basics, but we like to have somebody come in and vacuum, dust, scrub the bathrooms down to make sure they're great. We have a little girl, so especially with kids, I always recommend bi-weekly. If you are staying at home and you maybe have a little bit more time, then I would push it to monthly. Yeah.
Nope, that makes good sense. But yeah, like I said, we're just over our half an hour slot that we try and stay in. That was more because I couldn't figure out how to actually post a Facebook Live this morning, so we were right on our half hour. But again, I want, if you can bring up, I'll give you permission or the ability to bring up your contact page one more time, just so everyone has one last look about the best way to contact you, and then we'll let it go. But thank you so much, Holly from Mop to It, for
So much.
joining us. Yes, so this is the best way to contact Holly.
Thanks, Alex. I really appreciate you guys having me. Have a great day.
Okay, have a great day. Oops, just wait.